9:08. We have an update this morning on the Louvre heist. French authorities say 3 of the suspects are facing preliminary charges and are in jail. They're accused of being part of that group that forced its way into the Louvre Museum and snatched the crown jewels worth an estimated $102 million. Police say at least 2 of them have multiple prior convictions, including theft. A 4th suspect is still being sought, and investigators are also looking for whoever might have ordered the crime. The jewelry has not been recovered either. So joining us this morning for more on the case is criminal defense attorney Josh Kolsrud. And we were just talking in the break. This, for some reason, has just kind of fascinated not only me, but I think a lot of people. I can't get enough of this story. It's just so crazy.
It's straight out of a movie.
It is.
Yeah, and one thing that people really aren't talking about is the parallel that this case is to the 2019 case where a similar robbery took place in Munich, Germany. It was called the Green Vault robbery, where Germany's crown jewels were also stolen in a very similar fashion. And the people that perpetrated that robbery, most of them haven't been apprehended. A few of them have, but they haven't apprehended everybody yet.
We were just talking in the break because we mentioned that the 3 of those suspects have now been arrested. But what I didn't know that you just told me is that in France, they don't have plea deals. Because I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 of these guys will then squeal on this 4th one that might still have the jewels. But you said there's no plea deal in France.
Yeah, France uses something called the Napoleonic Code, which actually Louisiana uses, but no other state has that code. And in that system, there aren't traditional plea agreements. So you're not going to have the type of squealing and turning over of other potential conspirators that you would in the United States. However, they do take that information into account. Now, legal experts have stated that the people that have been apprehended are most likely going to be facing sentences between 10 and 15 years. However, because there was an attack on France's cultural heritage, it's very likely that the ringleader, once he or she is apprehended, will get a sentence probably closer to 30 years in prison.
Wow. The thing that I just find so fascinating is that I was doing a little research on these individuals, and it seems like they have committed petty crimes. But to go from petty crimes to something, I guess, as large scale as robbing the Louvre just kind of fascinates me.
Well, it's fascinating because the French authorities have specifically stated that it's low-level petty criminals that were involved, people that were living in and around Paris that actually executed the robbery. But that's only one side of the coin here. The other side of the coin is they still haven't caught the ringleader, and all of the crown jewels are still missing. So if these are just petty criminals, then where are the crown jewels?
Yeah.
And where is the ringleader? And they haven't even announced yet who that is.
Do you think they know?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
You know, in France, you're allowed to hold people up to 96 hours and question them without an attorney. And given the fact that France is treating this like an attack on its culture itself, like almost like treason, I am convinced that they know exactly who it is. They just haven't been able to find that person.
And not in your legal expertise, but just in your personal expertise. Do you think the jewels are still around? Do you think they'll get them back?
No, I don't.
I don't either. I think they're gone, right?
I think that if they would have gotten them back, they would have gotten them already. And also, in the Green Vault case, the reason why the German prosecutors were able to get back some of the jewelry was because it was part of the plea bargaining negotiations.
Gotcha.
But here, you don't have plea bargains, so it may not even be, help the inmates at all if they even knew where the jewelry was. But if they had the jewelry, I think they would have turned it over, and it's long gone by now.
Interesting. Well, Josh, like I said, this whole case just fascinates me, so we appreciate you adding your 2 cents. Keep us posted, will you, if you hear any more tidbits.
Definitely.
So I think this is pretty interesting.
Thanks.
All right.